19th, 2022. We have in attendance tonight with us the following city officials.
Mayor Kathy Kashmir-O'Carroll,
Good evening.
Auditor James Ferraro,
Here.
Chief Deputy Auditor Stephanie Myers,
Here.
Law Director Justin Richard, Assistant Law Director Edmund Mack, Economic Development Director David Maley, Police Captain Meyer,
Present.
Police Chief Zantnoy,
Present.
Income Tax Budget Director Lori Katagides-Voron,
Present.
Is there anyone from administration that I missed? That's it, Madam President.
Thank you and welcome to all that are in attendance with us tonight. We have on the agenda number 5 is for anyone from the public can speak on any item that does appear on tonight's agenda. And then again on the 17th, where people can speak on any topic not on tonight's agenda. I'd like to ask anyone in the audience and council as well to either mute your phone, set it to vibrate, or turn it off. Roll call.
Kramer,
Present.
Gregg,
Sound. Here.
Try it now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get
Okay, let's try this again. Kramer,
Present.
Gregg,
there. Here.
Howard Smith, Hardy Kane,
Here.
Lewis,
Present.
Lombardi,
Here.
Slutes,
Here.
Sneed,
Here.
and Viola. Here. Roll call of 8 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. 8 present, 1 absent. Councilman Lewis,
Make a motion to excuse Councilwoman Harwick Smith.
seconded by Councilman Creamer. Roll call.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hardy Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
8 yes to excuse Councilwoman Harwick Smith.
Thank you. Councilman Harvick Smith has been excused. Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Naismith. Would you please stand and join me in the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Lombardi. Madam Clerk, for the minutes of the previous meeting, ready for public viewing.
No, I'm still working on it.
Okay. For number 5 on the agenda is where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please tell your name, address, topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less. Seeing none, we're moving to new and miscellaneous business. Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code ORC 121.22 G3 to have a conference with the attorneys for our public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are a subject of pending or imminent court action. I'd like to invite members of the council, president of council, the mayor, safety service director, our attorneys from the city law department, our economic development director, our income tax budget director and clerk of council.
Seconded by Councilman Lewis. Roll call.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes to enter into executive session.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will now enter into executive session. I don't know if that ever passes. Councilman Gregg?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion that we exit executive session.
Seconded by Councilman Lewis. Roll call.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
and Kern Kane.
Yes.
8 yes to exit executive session.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have now exited executive session. Now we're back into our regular session. Number 7, introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 186, 2022.
An ordinance enacting section 14.09 age requirements under chapter 149 Police Department and amending section 151.02 age requirements under chapter 151 Fire Department of the codified ordinances of the city of Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Eisen. This is the legislation to raise the age of hiring from 35 to 40 in the police department, and I believe 36 to 40 in the fire department. Does anybody have any questions for Chief Stinknoy or Captain Knight? Seeing none, I make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 186-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Slutes. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 186, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 187, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1209 Police Pension Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is going to appropriate $33,254.76 for the police pension. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 187-20224 for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Slutes.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Madam Clerk, ordinance number 187, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 188, 2022.
An ordinance reducing certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 1210 Fire Pension Fund and the 1409 Municipal Road Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, both of these reductions and appropriations is cleanup for end of the year. Are there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 188-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hurricane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you. Clerk, ordinance number 188, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 189, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and the director of public service and safety of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into a one-year prisoner transport agreements between the city of Massillon and political subdivisions using the city's prisoner transport service, and authorizing the auditor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to deposit said funds into 1100 General Fund and the 1401 Capital Improvement Fund effective January 1st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is an agreement we go into every year for the transporting of people for the courts. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring three readings, being ordinance number 189-20224 for a vote.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Hurricane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hurricane.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 189, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 190, 2022.
An ordinance reducing the appropriations in the 1100 General Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, Madam President, can I call for the auditor for the city of Massillon?
Yes. You could not change it.
Madam President, members of council, good evening.
Yes, can you just take a few moments and explain this transfer or this appropriation? We did discuss a little bit last week, and there are some confusing points.
Sure. This has to do with the ARPA funds, which is the American Rescue Plan. We have received $16,373,501 in ARPA funds. Now, those funds are restricted funds. And back in 2022, for our budget last year, we put this $2,780,000 in the general fund, where we are not allowed to use ARPA funds out of the general fund. So that is the reason why we are reducing this appropriation, because once you approve the budget, you appropriated that money into the general fund. Anytime that you approve a budget, those line items, you all have agreed that they can spend that money. So you agreed we could spend this money. Well, we're not allowed to do it that way. It has to go back into the 1221 fund, which is the ARPA fund. So I'm asking you today to reduce the appropriation, which you appropriated in the budget, by $2,780,000. And if you would please pass that tonight so we can get it done by year end, so that it doesn't carry over into the 2023, that would be absolutely wonderful. And I'll answer any questions.
Councilman Lewis.
So then, in the budget that we are looking at for 2023, this 278, is that already in the appropriate account in that budget then?
It is.
And so that is where, so we'll be reducing tonight, and then when we pass the 2023 budget, we'll be reappropriating in the proper account.
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
Any other questions? Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. Mrs. Ferrero, what, is this going into a new fund?
No, we have an ARPA fund already designated in the 1221 fund.
Okay, so if the statement of cash position that is in front of us tonight shows an ending balance of $6.7 million in the 1100 general fund, is this 2.7 coming out of that amount and then into the 1221?
It is.
So the 6.7 will then become approximately 4.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Councilman Lewis?
I'd like to make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 190-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 190, 2022 has passed. Madam Clerk, is there any unfinished business?
No, there is not.
Are there any petitions and general communications?
No, there are not.
Are there any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $862.80 payable to the repository for the publication of our October ordinances. We have a bill in the amount of $127 payable to U.S. Bank Finance for the December payment of our copier. And we have a bill in the amount of $59.99 payable to Graphic Enterprise for the overage charge from August 24th to 11/23 of this year, for a total amount of $1,049.79.
Councilman Lewis,
Make a motion to pay the bills.
second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Sneed,
Yes.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Slutes.
Yes.
8 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you. The clerk, bills will be paid, and the clerk will file them in their proper accounts. Are there any reports from city officials?
Yes, we have the mayor's report of November 2022, and everyone should have received that via email.
Thank you. Mayor, do you have anything you'd like to say? Thank you.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the council. Just a few things I wanted to share with you this week. The trees on 21, there's a lot of conversation out there in the community. The trees are being taken down by the city, not by ODOT. They're being taken down for safety concerns and drainage concerns. So I just wanted to clear that up. We have to have them down before April because there's a bat law that you can't take trees down because of the mating season for bats. So it's a law in the state of Ohio, and we have to follow it. So that's why the trees are coming down now and not in the spring. Also, Wales Road, they have stopped working on Wales Road right now, and that's a good thing because they did ask to do a 1 lane throughout the winter. We not us, but ODOT declined that. They did not want them working in the winter months on Wales Road with only 1 lane. So the project completion is still going to be June of 2024, but they will not be back until about April. So I just wanted to give you that update for those of you that live or travel on Wales Road. And then Chick-fil-A, if you've seen in the transfers in the newspaper, the property did transfer from Fisher's Foods to Chick-fil-A. So that is going to be happening, and we'll soon be reviewing plans. And we anticipate a build in the spring. So I just want to give you an update on those things. Just a quick update on the ice skating rink. We hope to have a news release out this week concerning the ice skating rink. We're working on bringing the product in right now, and I'll keep you posted as to when we're going to have a grand opening. Okay? Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Reports of committees. Our next work session will be next Tuesday, December 27th, 2022 at 6:30. I will not be in attendance at that. Resolutions, request of council members. Call the calendar, ordinance number 160, 2022.
Ordinance number 160, 2022 was tabled December the 5th until December 19th, 2022. It is an ordinance amending ordinance number 143, 1976 to enact a new section, allocation of funds, income tax, by repealing section 13, allocation of funds, income tax, and enacting a new section 13, allocation of funds, income tax, and repealing ordinance number 151, 2019, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
This is the annual budget for short. Are there any further discussion or questions this evening?
I thought this was a split head.
Oh, this is the split, sorry, that was the budget. Yes, this is the split, 93 and 7 to capital improvement. We have been looking at this for a couple of months. Are there any questions this evening? Seeing none, make a motion to suspend the rules, or I just make a motion to bring ordinance number 160-2022 forward for a vote.
Second reading.
No, second.
Oh, second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call.
Violen,
Yes.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
8 yes, 4 passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 160, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 161, 2022.
An ordinance to adopt appropriations for the operating and capital expenditures of the city of Massillon, Ohio for the fiscal year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
All right, this is the annual budget. Is there any further discussion this evening? Seeing none, make a motion that we bring ordinance number 161-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Violen.
Yes.
8 yes, 4 passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 161, 2022 is passed. Third reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 166, 2022.
An ordinance amending section 2D occupation list of class titles of ordinance number 127, 1997, section 845, Community Development Planning Department, to increase class grade pay schedule for Economic Development Director from 22 as SU-UN to class grade 26 as SU-UN.
Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. Given this 2 readings already, the purpose of this is to align the Economic Development Director's class grade to reflect current market conditions of comparable positions and reflect increased job responsibilities and obligations. Is there any further discussion or questions? Seeing none, I move that we bring ordinance number 166, 2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Kane. Roll call.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
No.
Violen,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 no, 4 passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 166, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 167, 2022.
An ordinance amending Chapter 165 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio by enacting Section 165.01 to require that employees of the city reside within Stark County or any adjacent county.
Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. Again, given this 2 readings, the purpose of this is to bring our legislation in alignment with the provisions of Ohio Revised Code 9.481 regarding the residency requirements for employees of the city of Massillon. Is there any further discussion or questions? Seeing none, I move that we bring ordinance number 167-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Hurricane. Roll call.
Hurricane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola. Yes. Creamer,
Yes.
and Gray.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 167, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 178, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an enterprise zone agreement for a tax abatement for Mass Trucking Incorporated and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. A couple weeks ago, we had the owner of Mass Trucking at a work session, well, actually a regular meeting at that time. And this tax abatement agreement is to assist in the relocation of Mass Trucking to 2800 Business Place to construct a 27,000 square foot facility to relocate 40 jobs to the city of Massillon. Are there any questions in this matter? Mr.
Councilman Snead. Councilman Snead.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to say that I'm for this ordinance. However, due to my ties to the trucking industry, I'm going to have to abstain. But I do encourage others to vote in favor. Thank you.
Anyone else? Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion that we bring ordinance 178-2022 forward for a vote tonight.
Second by Councilman Viola. Roll call.
For suspension, you have to waive the rules. This is second reading.
Third.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that confused me earlier today. Okay, I'm sorry, I apologize to Councilman Hurricane. Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Abstain?
Viola. Yes. Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hurricane,
Yes.
7 yes and 1 abstention.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 178, 2022 is passed. Second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 173, 2022.
An ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Massillon, Ohio by rezoning certain property from RM-1 multiple family residential to B3 general business district.
Councilman Kramer.
Thank you, Madam President. The City Planning Commission recommended the approval of this request at the November 9th meeting. The zoning changes from RM-1 multiple family residential to B3 general business district. This request, both of these parcels, 600285 and 606737, are both located on Lincoln Way East. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow for the operation of a full-service bank. We did hear from a representative from the Consumer National Bank weeks back. We do have scheduled a public hearing here in council chambers on January 9th at 5:30 p.m. Does anyone from council have any additional questions regarding this? Seeing none, second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 173, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 174, 2022.
Amending the zoning map of the city of Massillon, Ohio by rezoning certain property from RM-1 multiple family residential to B3 general business district.
Councilman Kramer.
Thank you, Madam President. The City Planning Commission recommended the approval of this request at the November 9th meeting also. It includes parcel 100000012, parcel 100000013, parcel 619349, 604626, 685875, 605876. All of these parcels are located on Lincoln Way East. The zone request is from RM-1 multifamily residential to B3 general business district. And the purpose of the rezoning is to allow for a motor fuel retail convenience. We did have a representative here from get-go weeks back to communicate to council their intent to have a cafe and market at this location. Are there any questions from council at this time? There is a public hearing scheduled for January 9th at 5:30 p.m. Seeing no questions or concerns, second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 174, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 175, 2022.
An ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Massillon, Ohio by rezoning certain property from 0-1 office to R1 one-family residential.
Councilman Kramer?
Thank you, Madam President. The City Planning Commission also recommended the approval of this request at the November 9th meeting. It includes parcel 609331, which is located on First Street, Northeast Massillon. The purpose of this rezoning is to allow for new residential construction. We did have a representative from Habitat for Humanity here weeks back to discuss this request. Are there any questions from council regarding this? Seeing none, public hearing is scheduled here at council chambers on January 9th at 5:30, and I give it second reading.
Thank you, Councilman Kramer. Ordinance number 175, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 176, 2022.
An ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Massillon, Ohio by rezoning certain property from R-1 one-family residential to B-3 general business.
Councilwoman Kramer?
Thank you, Madam President. The City Planning Commission voted to deny this request at the November 9th meeting. It includes parcel 680121, 680731. Both parcels are located at 1900 Wales Road Northeast. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow for commercial development. We did have representative here from the church to communicate the intent for this zoning request. There is a public hearing scheduled for January 30th here at council chambers at 5:30 p.m. Does anyone from council have any questions regarding this at this time?
I'm going to ask,
I would like to bring up the law director to give us an update on any type of information he may have at this time.
Thank you. Madam President, member of council, members of council, good evening, happy holidays. I believe you all received a communication dated December 12th, sometime last week, authored by Keith Cleve of the St. John Lutheran Church. His title is The Treasure. I wanted to address that because specifically in paragraph 2, and I guess I'll just read the parts that the law department had issue with. Quote, we followed their advice and hired John Rambacher, who filed a suit against the city of Massillon on our behalf. After the suit was filed, our attorney worked with the attorney representing the city in a possible compromise. We were advised by the attorney representing the city to withdraw our suit, requesting a zone change for the entire property. I'll stop there. That's not true. Our attorney did not address the congregation or members and never made those representations. I'll continue. It's a compound sentence, but put in the attorney. And the attorney also advised to go through the zone change process for just the empty parcel north of the church building, which would leave the southern portion of our property zoned residential in the church to act as a buffer to the neighborhood. We have withdrawn our civil suit in good faith, as suggested by the city's legal representative, not true, and ask that you also in good faith vote in favor of our revised zone change request. I've included on your seats, you can see
communication with both Patrick Kaysen, who represented the city in this matter. I asked him, were there any assurances, contingencies, anything for the future? Mind you, it would be improper and illegal to bind your vote in the future based on any compromises, but we didn't do that. And he said, absolutely not. They asked for all kinds of assurances, and we gave none. Additionally, I reached out to Attorney Rambacher. I'm not going to read that in its entirety, but he denies ever advising his clients of that, and also denies that Patrick Kaysen ever made those representations. So you, as usual, are able and free to vote however you see fit on this matter, but I didn't want that. It would be improper to have these this misinformation guide you in your vote. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Councilman Kramer?
Thank you, Mr. Richards. Seeing no one has any questions, second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 176, 2022 has received second reading. Mr. Lombardi?
Thank you, President Eisner. Just one question. Do we have a public meeting scheduled for this one?
Yes, January 30th at 5:30 p.m. here at Council Chambers.
30th?
January 30th. Did you say 5:30? Thank you. Ordinance number 177, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Cyrus Oxford to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs, including build-out, equipment, etc., for Grow Mental Health and Wellness located at 141 First Street Northeast, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Kane.
Thank you, Madam President. Second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 177, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 180, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, upon the approval of the Board of Control, to enter into a master service and purchase agreement with Axon Enterprise Incorporated for the purpose of purchasing the Core Plus Taser and Body Worn Camera Program and Fleet 3 Advantage in-car program package bundles for the Massillon Police Department and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardi?
Thank you, President Eisner. As the legislation says, this is for the equipment for the tasers, the body cams, and the dash cams for the police department. If there are any questions, the chief and the captain are both here tonight. Does anybody have any questions? Seeing none, I'm going to make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 180-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Salutes. Roll call for suspension.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 180, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 184, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 General Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis?
Second reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 184, 2022 has received second reading. Ordinance number 185, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 General Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes, the actual appropriation goes along with ordinance 180. Are there any discussion or questions this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring three readings, bring ordinance number 185-2022 for referral.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Sneed.
Yes.
Violen. Yes. Kramer.
Yes.
Gregg.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
And Sluse.
Yes.
8 yes, 4 suspension.
And for passage.
Violen.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Gregg.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
And Sneed.
Yes.
8 yes, 4 passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 185-2022 is passed. We are at that point in our agenda where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that did not occur on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, and the topic you wish to discuss. Limit your comments to 4 minutes or less, to make sure you sign the paper on the table by the mic.
George Leva, 222 Lake Avenue Northeast. I haven't been here in a while. It's been probably a couple of years, but I do know a few people in here. I've talked to them. But one question I have right off the cuff is, when Paul Manson left, I had suggested one council meeting a month that we could ask this body questions and then give us answers. So I don't know if that transitions to your positions. Does it still stay that way, or is that off the table?
Are you asking me because
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sitting here?
asking- yeah, because you're the council at large, and he was the one that kind of approved it.
Well, these guys are smarter than I am.
Point of order, President Eisner.
What's that?
President Eisner, point of order, this is a question and answer.
No, this is not question and answer, George. At the end of the meeting, somebody can answer you.
No, but what I'm asking is, he approved that one council meeting a month, and people in this audience could ask you questions so we could get answers, because after the meetings, everything's kind of private, and we never know what's discussed or what's, going on in the city. So that was one of my first questions, but anyways,
At the end of the meeting, Councilman Lewis will address that with you.
the one meeting a month that we can just get some feedback, because I like everybody to know answers to what you got to say instead of being isolated. That's all I was getting at. So anyways, one thing I was pretty adamant about was businesses and residents that are established here taking care of their properties. Now that it's winter, there's a lot of pothole problems. So, in the past, I asked Linda Littman if she could do something about the parking lot over there by Domino's Pizza, because there were a lot of potholes there. She made the call, and it got fixed. So, all I'm getting at is, people want businesses and entities to take care of their properties, and now that it's winter, like up there at Home Depot, I see a problem up there with the parking lot, with potholes and stuff, and I think the citizens of this community deserve better than that. So, and I think there should be some type of accountability to the businesses. And I remember a while back that there was supposed to be, like, if the businesses weren't taking care of the properties, there'd be fines. And that'd be another question I have is, how much has the city of Massillon acquired from fines to this year, because it's the end of 2022, right? So that'd be something that I think the people of this community would like to know, how much is brought in, because, I'm a taxpayer, here in Massillon. And I think if you run a business here, and you should be taking care of your property and not, because that makes the city look run down. That's what I'm getting at. So, you know, we need to have some accountabilities with the businesses here in Massillon, from the north side to the south side. You know, and that's all the people here want. And I'm speaking for the people, you know. That's why I come up here, because nobody else will. I mean, very seldom, you know. So I've been gone for a couple of years, but I'm back now, so, I mean, and also I want accountability.
You can sign that paper.
I will sign that paper.
I appreciate your comments, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Lombardi,
I motion we adjourn.
second by Councilman Gregg, roll call.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gregg.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay, Hurricane.
Here.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
And Steve.